Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Welcome to Cannon Fodder for Arsenal fans all over this world. Welcome back to the Monday afternoon segment, Cannon Fodder featuring Gooner Matters. As you could see at the bottom, hit the like and share this video for Cannon Fodder and Gooner Matters. Let's change that, not heat. Gently touch. Gently touch. There you are. So, I hope you guys had a good weekend. It was a good weekend for me. It was my anniversary on Saturday, and it was my wife's birthday yesterday. And for all of you know that Cannon Fodder has got a mom. So it is that mom's 80th birthday today. We wanted to say happy birthday, Mom Cannon Fodder. I wish you all the best, and I hope that your two sons will spoil you today and later this afternoon. Blessings to you for more health and a lot of blessings. And enjoy your day, man. Yeah. So last week we had a discussion about this. Just to recap, and I'm just gonna just go through it again and stop the abuse of our players. And I'm still feeling strong about that. This is obviously after Bukayo Saka's miss at the Euros 2020, came back, and the North London derby happened. And well done to the North London KFC that has given us our player just standing behind him. And of course, we said that we got to stop the abuse of our players and also of our managers. And specifically, Arsenal's manager is going to go. He's gone through a hell of a thing. He's gone through a lot of flack and a lot of abuse, verbal abuse, and also threats and all sorts of things. And that has to stop. And I mean, I'm in Cape Town, South Africa, and I can't do much. I can't affect change from here. What I can do is I can spread the word on these platforms, and obviously let fans know that this abuse should stop. And that is where I'm very passionate about. And I want to call about all the Arsenal fans around the world, especially those who are associated with Gooner Matters and with Cannon Fodder. And I think it is Colombia Gooners, it is DWTT in New Jersey, and it's Colin Young, and everybody else. I'm going to call all the names, but I wanted to say, please, guys, stick to not abusing our players. If you want to rant, if you want to be disappointed about something, do it with respect, obviously. But don't go and give racist gestures and try and kick when you're in UK. Don't kick players or kick whatever other players. Don't throw missiles at them. And I mean, when Man City came to visit us on the 15th of February, what did we do? We threw missiles at Kevin De Bruyne, and he had a very good game. He scored a brilliant goal. And are we really that pathetic? Because we should be class. I mean, people, when they look at Arsenal, they say Arsenal is class. Is it just the team? Is it just the club? Or is it the fan base as well? So we need to really look at ourselves and say, look, am I a human being? Yes, I am. Is that player a human being? Yes, he is. Is that manager, Mikel Arteta, a human being? Yes, he is. So why are we treating like a dog or treat them like animals? We shouldn't do that. But nonetheless, that's just a recap on that. And I mean, the fans that's outside of UK are very, very passionate about Arsenal. There's a big following of Arsenal around the world, especially Africa. Africa, it's got a lot of Nigeria, Congo, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, Cape Town, just to name a few. And I mean, in South Africa alone, I know of the official Arsenal supporters club here in Cape Town, in PE, which is Port Elizabeth, and of course in Johannesburg. Those are the three major official supporters club in South Africa. But then, I mean, like you have Gooner Matters, which is myself, which is on this platform. There's a couple other guys that I know of that's got that is Arsenal fans, and they obviously have their own channels. And I'm sure Gooner, I know Colombia Gunners or Gooners, they are from Colombia, obviously. DWTT from America. So there's a lot of outside of UK podcasts and Gooner supporters that have their own platforms. And if this message go out to them, we all can change our stance and in the abuse of our players. Stop the abuse of our players, because that is the worst. That is so inhumane, if I may. So let us stop the racism. Let us stop the abuse, the verbal abuse. Let us stop the threats. I mean, look at I read something about Graham Potter last week. He was also threatened, and he gets a lot of flack currently. He's getting a lot of abuse, especially because his team is not doing well. Is it his fault? Yes, maybe, for not doing things and tinkering with the team, and I'm sure Chelsea fans are not used to these things, because they are used to, if a manager doesn't do well, he gets sacked. But now Todd Bowie is sticking with Graham Potter, and I read also the reports were saying is that Graham Potter or Chelsea is going to follow Arsenal's footsteps, because Arsenal gave Mikel Arteta the time to build the project, to stick to a process that he has implemented. And the exact same thing is what Todd Bowie and Chelsea want to do. To stick with Graham Potter, because he is a project man. He is tinkering with the team exactly like Arteta did in the beginning. Every game there was a different 11 on the team, on the pitch. And he obviously tried to get his mojo right and get the first 11. And I'm sure Todd Bowie is seeing what Arsenal or Mikel Arteta did with Arsenal, and I think he wants to try to implement the same things with Graham Potter, and it's not a bad idea. I mean, I always refer to Alex Ferguson that said, if a manager comes into a club, if he does not get the sufficient time to do what he needs to do, he will not get it right. So give him time, give him, for argument's sake, 2 or 3 seasons, and let's see how it happens. And that is what happened to Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta came in 2019. We finished 8th 2 seasons consecutively, and then the 3rd season we finished at 5th. Also wasn't good enough for all our fans, because we threw it away at the end because we didn't do business in January, which is something that he obviously learned. But we still went on and say Arteta out. He's an embarrassing training manager. He's training on the trade. He's not good enough. He's a joke. And I mean, as you see there, we are the worst losers that can be. Let's just go, before I wrap this up, go to the live chat for the first time. Ange Buer, hi Ange, First Lady, how are you? And I hope you're well, and I hope you're healthy. Back the gaffer, back the players, and win or lose. That is the attitude. Win or lose, back the players. I mean, last week I was very overwhelmed. If I could smack somebody, I probably would have, because that's how passionate I was about it. Too much hate in this world. Let's be kind. That is so true, Ange. We need to be kind to each other, because we are human beings first. We are created beings. We are not the Almighty. We are not superior to the next, irrespective of what our profession is, irrespective of our skin color, irrespective of who we are. We are bleeding the same. We are bleeding the same. I'm upset. Arsenal woman got knocked out of the Vitality FA. Hey, man, that was bad. 2-0. I think Chelsea. I thought Chelsea really was good. We didn't take our chances, and we did have a good game. We didn't take our chances, and I think the keeper there for Chelsea was also good. I saw a couple of highlights of the game, but yeah, I thought when it happened, we missed Beth Mead and Viviana Miedema. So I think they are prolific, but both of them are injured, and hopefully they can be back soon. But the goals, obviously, they played their hearts out, and yeah, that is basically what happened. All right, so off to the next segment is very simple, and it's also something very dear to my heart. It is VAR. You know what? We can say what we want to. We can do all sorts of things, and we can jump as high. Okay, that doesn't implicate the statement there. We can jump as high as we want to on the day, but we all knew that VAR is going to come in, and for the last couple of seasons, they had the worst decisions. And especially when it concerns not just Arsenal, but every other team out there has really fallen to the sword when it came to VAR. So what is VAR? What does it really stand for? So VAR, as we all know, I mean, it's not something that is new. VAR is consistently monitoring the match. It is used only for clear and obvious errors, serious missed incidents, in match changing situations, like goals, penalty decisions, direct red card incidents, and mistaken identity. Now, I mean, I can only name a few, and because we are Arsenal supporters, and this is a platform for Arsenal, so let's just go through the steps. Step one is incident occurs, and when an incident occurs, the referee either informs the VAR or the VAR recommends to the referee that the incident should be reviewed. Right. So I'm going to put on this. And we all know this is an awful decision, a decision that cost that particular VAR official his job. And that was the correct decision to sack, or rather, as they say, he resigned. It was a mutual agreement between the Premier League and that official that he has part ways. So that is the one slide I want to put in, is that, was it an error or is there an agenda? Let that just sort of ponder in your mind, is that an incident happened. Sorry, that is the wrong one. This is the right one. They looked at, on the left bottom corner, they looked at this particular incident. Now, they took 3 minutes on that particular incident, and of course, forgot about the incident on the right top corner on the right-hand side, which is the actual incident that they were supposed to look at. But the VAR official said, I forgot to draw the line. I forgot to look at that incident, and I forgot, and I forgot, and I forgot. He probably forgot to put on his underpants that morning as well. So how VAR decisions affected every Premier League clubs this season. And I mean, yesterday, in the London derby between Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea happened. There's it. There we go. Now, this slide doesn't show you everything. It shows you a red card for Ziyech, It shows you struggling, fighting, and it shows you the referee at the monitor on the left top corner. Now, if anybody watched the game, you would know that there was an incident where Ziyech took, I don't know who the player was, I think it was their right back, Royal, in his face, and he fell right in front of the referee. And the referee obviously blew for a foul that Ziyech committed, but it was two fouls just in split seconds. It was first Havertz and then Ziyech, and of course the fight started, and VAR spoke into his ear. He first gave a yellow card, and then after the chat with VAR, they gave a red card, and thereafter he decided to go to the monitor. And to be fair, I don't think it was a red card offense. I think Royal obviously made a meal of it and obviously tried to get the player sent off, which he almost got right. But the fact that the referee on the day used his discretion and he said to VAR, you know what, Mr. Tierney, hang on there. I want to see for myself what you are seeing. And the referee went over to the monitor and he obviously scrutinized the play and he decided it is not a red card. So what boggles me is that he didn't go to the monitor after he was alerted, hey, there's a possible red card, there's a possible incident that you must look at. He should have gone to the monitor at first, then look at what happened, then issue the red card. But he went and issued a yellow card, then he override the yellow card after he spoke to Mr. Tierney at VAR. He issued a red card, and then he said, after the red card, hey, wait, Tierney, I want to go view the monitor myself and then make a decision. He came to the right decision, but in the wrong process. So again, a player could have been wrongly sent off because of the decisions VAR get wrong. Now, step 2 is review and advised by the VAR. The video is then studied by the VAR, who notifies the main referee via his headset what the footage shows. And then the decision in step 3, the decision or action is taken before making a decision. The referee can review the video footage on the side of the pitch. Alternatively, he can go with the advice of the VAR and take the appropriate action. Now, this whole process was reversed. He first got a yellow card because of the discretion or what the referee had seen on the field. He first got a yellow card after the incident on the left bottom corner, because Ziyech, obviously, as you know, he has used his hands and pushed Royal away, and it was in his face apparently. And then VAR said, but hold on. There is a more serious offense in that. And VAR recommended a red card. And then the referee official said, hold on, Mr. Tierney, I want to view it myself. So the whole process is the incident has happened, and when it happens, you will get informed by VAR, or you will ask VAR, what did you see? Step 2 is review and advise by the VAR officials. The video is then studied by the VAR, who notifies the referee and say, listen, this is the footage, go have a look for yourself. And then a decision or action has been taken accordingly. But now this situation at Chelsea and Tottenham yesterday was totally reversed. So therefore, VAR are the worst of the worst this season. And then we take a look at, again, why we lost 2 points on that day. And this is my point. Look, a lot of people will say there were still 5 or 6 minutes left after this. And at that point, Brentford was on a hot iron because they were attacking us. It was inevitable for them to have scored a goal. So that doesn't mean that we've lost the 2 points. In essence, we did. But if this goal was disallowed, they would have been more motivated to show that they can score a goal, a legitimate goal. So we lost the 2 points after the fact, but on that day, the 6 minutes that was left, they could have scored again if that goal was disallowed. But again, VAR affected our progress in the league. And then of course the top left corner, that is the disallowed goal that they say Arsenal or the captain Odegaard has tripped on Eriksen or fouled Eriksen, and Martinelli's goal was disallowed. I just put that picture in there for free. So again, the question is, was it an error, or is there an agenda? And that is a question you can answer. Whether it is today, whether it's tomorrow, you can answer that question. So yeah, I don't know what's happening with VAR. Let's just go again back to the live chat for a little bit. Emerson Allen Cozier. Afternoon, sir, or morning. I'm not sure where you are. Afternoon, morning, good evening, depending on where you are. Watching the football show this morning, the ex-referee said VAR got it spot on with the Ben White and Leicester goalkeeper and the Saka penalty incident. I can't say. Like I posted on our WhatsApp group, I didn't watch the game because I was on the sidelines watching my son doing high jump and long jump. I can't say. I didn't watch the game back. Not yet. I wanted to go back. So I can't say what apparently is what I've heard is that, yes, there was a penalty disallowed. In fact, 2 goals. The one goal I see, it was offside. Martinelli was offside because he was leaning. And of course, the penalty, I don't know. I didn't see it, and I sound like Arteta. I didn't see the replay. I can't give my opinion about that. So Emerson, I'm not sure if they say, and I mean they should say these type of things because it is a biased show that for me, the football show, or rather the referee, what is that show? The referee show, or the referee watch, or something. Referee watch, something like that. That guy Gallagher, I'm not sure what is his name. He was a former referee. He's on that show and he's very biased. He doesn't quickly say what is done wrong. He has obviously agreed with the Arsenal incident and Brentford incident, and obviously tried to justify it again because they what he thought the referee on the day has thought of is that he spent already 3 minutes on the first incident and obviously forgot about the second. So on this comment, I can't say anything much, Emerson. I will go watch it back and I will leave comments later on this video. VAR, artificial intelligence with human error. But that's supposed to take away the human, well, not supposed to take it away, but that's supposed to help the human error on the field, because they see it in slow motion, they see it back to back, they can go back and view it again, they can different angles. So I mean, if you get it wrong in the VAR studio, what is the point then? What is the VAR there for? Because it is to, again, it says is to monitor clear and obvious errors when it comes to serious missed incidents and in four match changing situations, which is the reasons why they're there. It's for goals, penalties, decisions, direct red cards, incidents, and a mistaken of identity. So again, Emerson, was it clear and obvious, as they say? Based in London, and I am Thursday show with Richard. And okay, well done. Well done. So it is 2 hours now from it's 1:45 exactly in UK. Yes. All right. So was that incident that you're talking about, was it clear? Was it clear and obvious? So that should answer the question. Again, because VAR, it becomes such a bore now with regards to how it's perceived, how it is. Um, what discretion the VAR official uses on the day. It shouldn't be like that, because now the rule says when you don't interfere with an offside, I'm referring to the Man City and the Manchester United derby, is where Rashford has interfered with the ball completely. He didn't touch it, but he was interfering with it. And that again was based on the perception on the day, the referee on the day. To me, that was blatantly offside. And obviously, it distracted the keeper, because he's looking at Rashford and thinking Rashford is going to score the goal. But at the last second, Rashford obviously withdrew himself, and Bruno scored the goal. So those are the things that are saying that has been justified, is that the perception of the official on the day has thought this and he's thought that, and that is how justifying it is. I mean, it's not clear and obvious in their mind. Yes, the camera in the goal shows the angle clearly. So is it offside? Is it a penalty in your view, or is it not a penalty? Because if it's not a penalty, then they obviously are correct. So yeah, that is the basic thing. So VAR, again, I will ask the question: does VAR have an agenda against the Premier League teams, specific teams? And I'm saying every team will probably feel that their team are targeted. But if you look at the history since VAR started, I think it's between Arsenal and Liverpool that has got the most decisions against them when it came to VAR. But yesterday was just the cherry on top. They got the whole process wrong. I believe they got to the right decision. It wasn't a red card, it was a yellow card, but it was a circus watching and looking on how the process was played out. VAR specifically saying, and I will go through it again, is step one. An incident occurs, and when an incident occurs, the referee either informs the VAR, or the VAR recommends to the referee that the incident should be reviewed. And step two is review and advised by the VAR. The video is then studied by the VAR, who notifies the referee via his headset and say, there's footage, you are welcome to go view for yourself. So the referee should go to the monitor and go see what is happening. And then step three is then the decision on action is taken, and before making a decision, the referee can review the video footage on the side of the pitch, and alternatively, he can go with the advice that VAR has given him, or he can use his own discretion like he did yesterday. But the whole process was reversed. Therefore, I say VAR is a circus. No, the goalkeeper incident I'm on about, and the Saka penalty incident was from another camera incident. Oh, okay, I understand. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk about VAR, and we can go on and on and on. Every day, every game day, there will be a VAR decision. I mean, again, another London derby between West Ham and Chelsea. It was a blatant penalty by the West Ham player in the box, a handball in the box. He went down with his hand and stopped the ball with his hand, but the referee said, no, it's not a penalty. The idea for him is to stop the ball. He didn't look at of taking the ball with his head or his feet. It was with his hand. VAR got it wrong, so it would have been a penalty. So there's so many decisions going wrong, and it costs the team on the day the progress of the standing in the league. Again, was it an error, or is there an agenda? I'm not talking about just that particular picture. The question here is asked, was it an error or is there an agenda? And I'm referring to every decision that VAR has made in the past and going forward. So at the end of the day, as we have to ask ourselves, is this real? Is VAR a benefit, or yes, sometimes it goes for you, and sometimes it just goes against you, and most of the time it is against us. Excuse me. Hello, Richard. How are you? I hope you're well and recovered. The game yesterday wasn't a farce. What happened is they dealt with the first two. Sorry, the referee then spoke to the assistant about what they thought happened, and then they issued Zurich a red card. Like I say, yes, I saw the game, and the process of that was totally bizarre. The way it was done. First got a yellow card, then it was said he must get a red card, and only then he went and viewed the monitor after all that. So the process is, the incident is there, VAR says, look at the incident, this is what they studied, I recommend a red card. But now you can go yourself and go view it, and then make a decision. You've got the yellow card, and then come back and say, look, yellow card, there's a yellow card gone. I don't have red, red card. But the whole process was totally bizarre. It was reversed. So I believe, again, Richard, it was the correct decision not getting a red card. But it took time for them, and it took them go to the circus in order to get to that point. Hi, Lynn. I hope you're well. Thank you for watching. I watched Ref Watch this morning, and it should have been a pen for us. Another mistake, plus the goal was choked off, and VAR only got involved after the goalkeeper went to the ref. Again, like I said to Emerson, I didn't watch that part, and I didn't watch the game back. I might sound like a manager now that's been asked, did you see the penalty? Did you see the red card? No, I did not see it. I did not watch the replay yet, so I can't comment on that, but I take your word for it, Lynn, because I know you always have good insight when it comes to these things. Yes, Richard, what they thought was a straight violent conduct push to face. At that point, VAR intervened and said, we think you made an error. But then what he corrected, Richard, is when he went himself and said, Mr. Tierney, I hear what you're saying. I made an error by issuing a yellow card. You recommended the red card, but I'm going to go and see the monitor myself and then base my decision on that. And that is what I would take off my hat, that he went and made the correct decision in overriding VAR. But again, my problem, what I have is the process of how it's been done. That's not the process for VAR. If you look at the Villa game, Ramsey from Villa was all over Ramsdale in the box. However, there wasn't anything done in that game. No consistency, probably. Yes, I agree. Consistency is the name of the game when it comes to officiating. Afternoon, Lynn. Hope to see you Thursday night in the chat. Yes, or maybe invite Lynn that she can be a panelist, Ange, and I would like to see. I would view that all day long. Lynn, sorry for me just barging in and inviting you on Ange's behalf, but you guys can have a chat. So yeah, I think that is it, guys. My lunch break is almost over. But yeah, I want to leave you with this question again. And it is not to put anything to a sword or any entity to a sword. I want us to just realize and say for sure that is the error or is the agenda. So was it an error or is there an agenda? And that, for me, it is crucial. And for me, we need to obviously get to that point of consistency when it comes to VAR. Not us, VAR must come to that point of being consistent. So without any further ado, touch the like gently and share the video to those that you think can benefit from this. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is Cannon Fodder featuring Gooner Matters. And that is for all Arsenal fans all over this world.